Hi, I'm Lisa Marcarell from Low Carb Yum, and today I've got an easy and delicious keto low carb cookie recipe for you. I'm going to be sharing my easy ricotta cheese cookies. Now these are a favorite for my family over the holidays, but you don't have to wait for a holiday to enjoy these delicious keto cookies. So if you guys are ready to see how the recipe is made, I'm ready to get started and show you how it's done. So first of all, you're going to want to get a medium-sized mixing bowl, and in the bowl you're going to want to add a half a cup of butter. I do recommend softening up the butter a little bit so it blends in well. 2/3 cup of sugar substitute. I like to use either Lakanto or Swerve, but feel free to use any 1-for-1 sugar substitute that you like that's keto friendly. 1 egg. 2/3 cup of ricotta cheese. You are going to need ricotta cheese for these cookies because they're a ricotta cheese cookie recipe. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of almond extract. Now these cookies are traditionally made with almond extract, almond flavoring, but if you don't like that flavor, you can definitely substitute another extract in for it. Lemon or orange work really nice, and it gives the cookies a nice fruity citrus flavor. So go ahead and blend those up by hand or with an electric mixer until everything is well incorporated together. Then in another mixing bowl, you're going to want to combine your dry ingredients. So you'll need 2 cups of blanched almond flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then just stir it up until the dry mix is combined. Then next, you're going to want to add the dry ingredient mixture into the wet ingredient mixture. So you just slowly, gradually add that and stir it up. And at this time, you can go ahead and preheat your oven. I bake these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you're going to want to get a lined cookie sheet. I like to use either parchment paper or a silicone baking mat. The silicone baking mat is really nice because you can reuse it, so you're not always throwing away parchment paper and you're always going to have it. So I just use a regular cookie scoop and I drop drops of the batter, cookie scoop drops of the batter onto the silicone lined cookie sheet. Then to help these cookies from becoming really flat, now they are a butter-based cookie dough, so if the butter melts too fast while you're baking the cookies tend to get really flat. So if you want to prevent getting those flat cookies, what I do is I put all the cookie scoops onto the silicone baking mat lined cookie sheet, and then I place it in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and that'll get the cookie dough nice and hard, and the butter will be harder so it won't melt so quickly in the oven. Then you're going to bake the cookie dough for 15 to 18 minutes. They should turn lightly browned on the top, and then you're just going to take them out like regular cookies and let them sit for a little bit because they are a bit fragile when they're hot out of the oven. So let them cool a little bit on the lined pan, and then go ahead and remove them to a cooling rack and let them cool completely. While the cookies are cooling, you can go ahead and make the icing. Now the cookies are delicious on their own and you don't have to add the icing, but it does give them a pretty topping with a nice drizzle. So I do usually add it. So for the icing, you're going to need a half a cup of powdered sweetener. I like to use Swerve or the Lakanto powdered sweetener. 2 tablespoons of almond milk and a half a teaspoon of almond extract. Now, like I said, if you don't like the almond flavoring, you can go ahead and substitute that with another flavor extract that you do like. Or you can just omit the extract flavoring altogether in the icing because you really just need a liquid, and in this case, I use almond milk and a sweetener, a powdered sweetener to make your icing. And then just stir that up in a bowl with a fork and just drizzle it over the cookies. And then that's all you do to have these easy and delicious keto-friendly ricotta cheese cookies. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you guys enjoy these cookies because they are really good. They're moist because of this ricotta cheese in them and the butter, and they really do bake up nicely if you do put them in the freezer so that you won't have those really flat cookies. That's it for now. I hope you guys subscribe if you want to see some more recipes from Low Carb Yum. And that's it for today. Bye-bye.